Good day, Groton Elementary. The gang's all here. Well, at least two classes. We have Mrs. Castile's class in here. Raise your hand, guys. They are the class that we'll be talking about today. And then we have some audience members. Mrs. Carlisle's class. Mrs. Carlisle is the yearbook person, so she's here photographing this very momentous occasion. So if you're wondering, we're here talking about a huge competition called Future City. And these kids, actually 3 representatives from this class, get to go, and they're right there. Who are they? They're Evan, Connor, and Natalie, not in that order, and then right on the end right there is Peter. He is one of their mentors. So now this competition, the school has been participating for the last 3 years, and the competition itself has been going on for 25. If you're wondering what it is, I have the perfect person to tell me about it. Right here we have Rexanne, or as the kids like to call you,
Mrs. Castile.
There we go. So tell me a little bit about this competition and how you guys got into it.
Okay. This competition is where junior high students get to design a city set at least 100 years in the future. They get to choose a location, and they have to answer a theme problem. Each year it's a different theme. This year is the power of public spaces. They had to design a system of integrated public use facilities throughout the city, and they had to incorporate abandoned buildings and roadways to create their public spaces. And they had to do research. They had to write a 1,500-word essay. They had to build this tabletop model that you can see. They had to design a city on computer software called SimCity, where they design a city and learn about zoning and budgeting and exports and making money. And they learned a lot in that process, which they applied to the model and the essay. They had to create a 7-minute presentation, which they will be talking a little bit about that, not giving the whole thing, but when they share with you what this city is all about.
I love it. So this is really neat. And before we finish off, I want to introduce you guys to the kids. So now in the correct order, we have Connor, Natalie, Evan, and Peter. Boom, I got that right. I'm terrible with names. I was just telling them that. I was trying to remember the name of their city, which is?
Halcyon Sound.
Very nice. Now, Connor, you have also been selected to tell me how excited are you guys about being able to go on this trip?
Well, I think I speak for everyone here when I say that we are very excited. You know, it's not every day where somebody gets to go to our nation's capital and present something that we worked on so much. We put well over 1,000 hours into this city. We've worked 2 hours on Tuesday, 2 hours on Friday, and we've been doing this since September, and for the 6 hours on Saturday. So much time and effort has been put into this, and it's paying off.
I think it is, because this is really cool. Mrs. Castile was telling me this is the 3rd year in the 3 years they've been participating. They've been lucky enough to go. Now today, later on, they're going to be doing a practice presentation as well for the Modesto Engineers Club. But before that, we're going to test them too. I texted our executive producer, and then I think Marianne, if she's watching, a little list of questions that the kids have to know. So maybe you pick a few, and in the next hour, we'll let the kids all share what their role is going to be in the presentation, and then you can test them a little bit with their questions. I think a fun one, we didn't get to it in this hour, I want to mention if you guys can figure out what the name of their city means. It's actually quite elaborate, and I'm really interested in it.
The name of that city.
And then, yes, the name of this city, their future city. And then what is really cool, I don't know if you guys noticed, but take a look at all the different elements in here. There are so many different requirements, one of them being that everything in this has to be recyclable, reusable, and so we'll get to all of those elements as well. So stay tuned, think about those questions, come back to us. The kids are ready for you.
All right, Nah, thank you, Nah Wind, live there in Denair this morning. Thank you. It is a national